Okay, welcome everybody to the town board work session on Tuesday, January 2nd, 2018. Welcome again, Ivy Pools, this is your first official work session.
Thank you.
These are really fun. If you think the organization meeting was fun, this is.
Hold your hat out.
Yeah, this is
Ready.
okay, so take it away.
Alright, so first thing on our agenda is request for authorization for our food composting program.
Can I just ask you a question?
Sure.
I think we had this conversation just about 6 months ago,
Yes.
and I believe we went down to Scarsdale. And it was not even August yet. And the same
Yep.
recycling.
Stinky.
It was stinky.
Not
We had
even
an
sticky,
issue.
it was maggots, I think.
Right.
That's only when it spilled, yes.
Yes, and there was concern that we don't really have drains.
We do not.
And that there might be some aroma that might float over to some of the residential buildings. This memo from Jerry doesn't seem to acknowledge the prior findings. Which, and to go back, what I was saying is, I do think winter is very, very different than
Yes.
summer. So are we proposing a seasonal program?
But
I
somebody
believe-
talked to me recently,
I know,
I
me
can't
too.
remember. It must have been at the volunteer dinner that something changed
No,
Yes.
with
I know.
Scarsdale, and I don't remember what it was,
I
but
had-
there was a
Yeah, that's why they came back to
Conversation.
us
I
about it.
actually sent an email sitting here an hour ago asking for that, cause I remember, I was there at that conversation too. And I was asking what
must have
was
been
that
at the
about,
volunteer
right?
dinner.
Could be.
And you're right, and
It was
this
recent.
memo doesn't talk about that, we
Yeah.
need to know,
Something changed, that
What-
they thought it was a good idea
they had some
now.
good news on that front,
Yeah,
and
they
it's
were
not,
able to
it's not
change it.
included in this memo.
So then let's hold off.
Yeah, we
Let's
should
hold
hold
off,
off.
I mean, in general, I mean, I think it's fine, and I do think that summer and winter, or even late spring, from, early fall to late spring,
Is better, right, and we
as having been,
yeah.
A
I support it, we
composter.
just need to confirm that we're not gonna have the issues they experienced with maggots and stench.
Yeah.
Talking about having
They had a
voluntary
solution,
food
but
composting
it's not
Yeah,
included.
so I mean, I have a lot of questions about this, but maybe I can just talk to you offline, I don't wanna take everybody's time with it,
Well,
but
I'd be
I mean,
interested to know your
basically,
questions.
just when I'm looking at this, I guess I'm not clear on what the goals of the pilot are. So why is it a pilot program, and how are you gonna measure the success of the pilot in order to make a decision about whether to move forward with the
Well, any-
$150,000 purchase?
Right, so any of the food composting programs are, we're doing it as a pilot because we're trying to do it on a smaller scale basis. And Sam was trying to follow Scarsdale's lead. And we had some reservations, and they were very well-founded reservations. Mostly the smell, mostly the smell in summertime, the maggots, how the waste got actually transferred, and whether or not people would actually do this, whether or not they would bring their food waste down after it's sitting on their counter or
Right.
wherever out, actually down to
And eventually, places like Santa Pro may actually pick it up, but not yet.
so
And it's not necessarily a moneymaker by any stretch, but it's
Well, I mean,
trying to be a green community and ultimately deciding if it is successful and it does reduce waste, for lack of a better term, is that investment worth it, and is it galvanizing people to get involved and to do it?
but I understand exactly what you're saying, so I think back in June, or even May, but June or July, they came through and looked at the percentage of the population in Scarsdale that were complying with this program. And Scarsdale definitely built like something to handle this type of thing. And I think there was like 10 to 12% of the population, so in the town of Newcastle, 10 to 12% of the households, so in the town of Newcastle, that would be like 680 participated in this program. And Scarsdale, as you know, is a more compact community than Newcastle, and right now what would end up happening is that individuals would need to drive to the recycling center, and they put a lot of thought into it, so this is not like, they did a good job. And then they'd have to drop their compostable recycling compost bags into special
Oh,
Oh, so
It is
the
special
weekly,
dumpster.
the weekly pickup happens at
The recycling center.
Correct.
Yeah,
Not
you're not
at
going
your
to the
front
600
door.
houses, that whatever.
Right, so that's why,
Eventually,
that's,
they may end up
As
adding
part
that,
of the
but
service.
As part of it.
once it gets more popular, I think everywhere.
But what, part of the problem is that places that have done this successfully are sort of, their recycling center is isolated away from where, neighboring residences. Right now, we've got Chestnut Oaks that's right next door.
And the school.
And they are in fact affected, yes, and the nursery school down the block. And they're affected by the snow, even when we do just composting in general,
Christmas
leaves and
trees
stuff.
and stuff,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, they smell it, they,
Yeah.
they hear the noise from, everything, they're definitely affected from our activities down there. So that was a major concern, and also just a containment system where there's like literally an in-ground drainage system that would be able to contain and then dispose of any spillage, cause the stuff, we
Rots.
have to do something with it. So that was our concern going on, but definitely something had changed, and I will look for that memo and ask.
Well,
I think if you can ask Jerry to work with SAB to reiterate the goals again, just pull from their prior memo, just for,
Yeah, but
I
something,
just,
but
I'd
something
like to see it,
changed
but
on it, yeah.
No, but
You know.
it's not only,
Yeah, we gotta get the update.
Yeah,
It's not only
something
that
changed.
though, it's not only that, because the total sale to, I mean, I remember we talked about that it would cost the town a couple $1,000s.
Right.
It was like 5,000, right, exactly, it was like 5 or 6,000, but then we're gonna sell the kits and we're gonna recoup
Right.
some of the money, and it's gonna wind up costing us like
It was a loser
2,000.
financially, but right, it was not.
It wasn't much. This is the first time I've ever seen this
See,
sentence. Now, maybe I missed it.
Yeah, I
If the
agree.
pilot program is successful, we exceed 1264 toters, the town will need to invest 150,000 for food composting compactor. And so I've never seen that sentence before. Maybe I
No.
missed it, but I've never seen that sentence
No.
before.
Yeah.
well, but maybe they've done a cost benefit analysis and they've determined that the resulting
and I was just thinking that
reduction
maybe
But nobody ever said
household
150,000
waste
to
No.
us.
Going
yeah, I was
to-
gonna say, does this save money on our garbage collection
Nobody
bills?
ever brought
Because
that
we're
up.
putting
Not,
less in.
Never
not
brought it
$150,000
before.
worth of.
Well, I think we all recognize that
Never.
it's not a financial gain, it's
No,
just,
no, no,
it's
no.
understanding how much of a loss is worth the
Yes.
environmental
Yes.
results, which
Right.
I would say that certainly a financial loss is okay on that front, but $150,000 is a significant.
That number has
Yeah.
never, ever, nothing even close to that. We've been talking about a couple $1,000s. We've never talked about a food composting compactor and a wash bay connected to the county sewer. That never was raised in prior discussions.
And if you're gonna connect the wash bay to the county sewer, do you need county approval?
Our wash bay already is
Oh.
connected to the county sewer, that's why our wash bay costs so much money, so when we wash off the trucks, that's where it's going, you just can't have it.
Well, no, the
either
wash bay for
county.
the trucks already is there, but you might have to, for putting in,
You're putting in food now.
Well, I'm
waste.
thinking that it's another containment system that
Right,
would
with
then,
it, and I think that probably needs more exploration, I mean, if it's meat, if we're talking meats, bones, not just vegetable
yeah,
byproducts,
yeah,
it's a different
yeah.
different animal, and sometimes with these bays, they need like a thing to separators for the
Oh, like a
water
strainer
and
sort of
for
thing.
all sorts of different
Like
stuff.
solids.
Like, exactly,
Well, this is, I mean, listen,
Yeah.
even if that, I mean, $150,000
big number.
is a lot of is a
It's a huge number.
big number, and that's
Yeah.
never been mentioned. You know,
You're talking about exceeding 1264,
oh, that's a
gallon
toters, yeah, those are
and
big, those
massive.
are gigantic
I mean,
toters,
We would really be,
right.
And how
would be
many
a
people would it take to fill up
Well,
12
we may just have
64
to cut down the
gallon?
program then and not do that, you know, if it was so successful.
so the 60, I mean, those are
Then
the
no more
big,
composting.
like your,
I mean,
your
or-
Well, first of all,
recycling.
And
nothing's marrying
64
us to
totes per
$150,000.
week is what they're saying?
No, 64 toters is, I thought actually it was those little ones. You're right, you're
No.
talking about the big 60,
Yeah,
the
right, that's a
big, I
lot.
mean, that's
You
a
couldn't,
lot.
you probably couldn't even fit 64.
Oh, no, 1264
Yeah,
gallon
Gallon
toters.
right.
It's 12 toters.
12 64 gallon toters.
yes,
I thought it was 64 toters.
no,
12 64, it's still a lot.
Okay,
That's not that much.
That's not that much
That would
actually.
probably
Per week.
fill
For
this
those of us
table.
who just had to
Per
go
week,
buy our
right?
recycling,
How
trash
many people
can.
there
55 gallons is what I have, and that's definitely.
If we hit a 10% saturation mark, let's say 680, let's say a goal is
Yeah.
10%, 680.
But you can smush it down.
Well, even if it's, but because somebody's bringing it in, then they have to have the compactor, then the compactor has to like take it somehow and put it in the toter.
but every time you open one of those toters up, the aroma circulates. So having 12 of them, I mean, in order for to fill that up with like a bag, kitchen garbage bags, even if it's that, I mean, you're talking 6 of them at least, so that that toter is being opened 6 times and having the aroma airborne?
It could be nasty.
Maybe the better solution would be that we spend $10,000 to build a little shed-like structure to keep it inside. You know what I'm saying?
You have to dispose of it at the end of the day.
No, I just know,
That's the
at some
problem.
point they have to
And
be
how are
rolled out for
the-
the garbage people to take it, but then it gets rolled back in.
And I don't remember what they said about, I feel like we need that anyway, because you're gonna have food products there that are then gonna be left overnight. I mean, the raccoons get into my toters as it is without me putting giant rocks and things on top of it so they can't get to it.
Those bungee cords.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have people opening the bungee cords?
No,
and-
they would only be at night, no, I didn't.
Talking about for you.
Yeah, oh, for me, yeah.
Okay, we have a lot more
So you have
questions,
to buy a bungee
we're gonna get some
cords,
answers,
actually.
okay, and maybe that we bring somebody in from SAB to come and bring
But
us
it's
answer
just,
them
it also
first.
feels like, when it comes to food composting, many residents in this community could just do it in their backyards.
Right.
So it's a little bit different from Scarsdale, I do it in my backyard, it's,
Well, that's the
the startup costs are much less,
I
and
do
it's better for the
vegetables,
But
environment.
why is that
Yeah,
different
not
from
me.
Scarsdale?
Because if you do,
We're,
right,
our lots are a little bit larger than Scarsdale.
so if
Scarsdale's
you're doing
are
your
big
backyard,
houses,
it's not
tiny
on top,
lots.
kinda like chickens,
Yeah.
and they're,
Yeah, I mean, you wanna have somewhere where
Right.
you can put it, where it's
Right.
not right next to you.
Right.
So maybe,
I mean,
maybe,
it smells no matter what, but it just doesn't smell like that.
maybe
Yeah.
SAB should be teaching people how to do that, that should be like an education campaign.
Right, it could be a compound.
Let's have them come back in and talk to us.
that actually might be a better idea, than
Yeah.
doing it at home.
And we already have people complaining about the
Now,
smell
I
over at the
thought
DPW
also
facility, just
just-
from the mulch.
Yep.
Armonk, I was talking to the, I guess supervisor of Armonk, I guess, and he was doing some kind of campaign throughout Armonk to get people to compost in their houses,
Yeah, just the backyard one, I think.
the backyard ones, so maybe we could talk to
And
him
even there's
about
lots of
that too.
composting, there's for vegetables, there's the earthworm ones, which are
Right.
actually
Right.
astounding.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's the thing that I have, the little
You turn it, yeah. But I mean, all very manageable and without the transport
and
nightmare.
without us bearing the cost.
Alright, next.
We could give everyone one in their backyard for
Hey Jill, can you ask them to talk to Armonk too?
Look at Summer Close.
Yeah, right.
So maybe we can have that information when they come in.
Okay, okay. So this is a request for authorization for the contractual increase for Sanipro, this is pursuant to our contract. It's a CPI annual increase, so it's going to be of 1.5% based upon the Northeast Consumer Price Index rate for last October.
Yep.
Why does it need our approval if it's already in our contract?
Because anytime we increase it, we just, anytime
though
we're
it's
spending money,
contractual.
we always have the board. So they know what they're spending money on. And the next one is the payment of claims. Any questions, issues? And then we have the administrative item, just a banner triangle sign approval, and that'll be on for next meeting. Okay, and then we've got 3 resolutions for tonight, are they in here?
I don't see it attached.
Yep, we're done.
We have 4, right, because
The payment of
we
claims,
also have the
2 police
the
officers.
2 police officers, this is a retirement, and then we did both police officers,
The retirement we'll do for next time.
Oh, okay.
Wait, oh, do we have to do it tonight? We do have to do it, okay,
I
sorry.
move to approve the payment of claims amount of,
Wait.
What is this, is it a whole bunch of copies?
Okay,
Alright.
sorry.
I move to approve the payment of claims, the amount of $221,506.99, 2017 expenditures totaling $110,567.79, and 2018 expenditures totaling $110,939.20 listed on the summary pre-check writing report and detailed voucher detail reports, all dated December 29th, 17. Checks will be issued, mailed to each claimant, listed on Wednesday, January 3rd of this year.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Alright, I move to accept the retirement of police officer Noel Vargas retroactively effective December 29th, 2017. We thank police officer Vargas for his years of dedication to the town of Newcastle.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I move to appoint Joseph Nieves to the position of 4th grade police officer with the town of Newcastle's police department, an annual salary of $666,471. This appointment date will be January 29, 2018, or the date
Did you better say the salary again?
$66,471.
I was gonna say for $666,000, I'll do it.
All paid in one lump sum of $66,471. This appointment date will be January 29th, 2018, or the date Westchester County Department of Human Resources approves the resignation reinstatement. This appointment will be contingent upon the approved resignation reinstatement from the Westchester County Department of Human Resources, medical examinations, and a probationary period of no more than 52 weeks.
Second.
All in favor?
I move to promote Detective Daniel Corrado to the rank of Police Detective / Sergeant effective January 3rd, 2018, at an annual salary of $125,000. Ooh, I just messed it up.
You did.
At a salary of $125,033, period.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I should try to go
Is that
slow.
it?
I just try to go so quick.
Yeah, just a quick, I spoke with Rachel Moody from Orange County Canal Cooperative. We have a tentative date of Thursday, February 15th for our backyard fox lecture on chickens.
Oh,
Okay, we're gonna have it at the,
Thursday, February.
15th. I would just have to set
backyard
up with
fox.
So
picking
she's
like
gotta,
7-ish or something.
publicize it, we gotta publicize it.
Yeah, we're gonna publicize it, I need to just confirm everything with her, how long it's gonna be, what time we're gonna do it, but we're thinking like be somewhere between 7 and 8, it'll be run for about an hour. Okay?
I think it's exciting.
Yep.
And all you can eat wings at Quaker.
Only all you can
We
eat
should
all
serve
of
wings.
Now,
All parts?
No, I don't think she's bringing any actual birds, I don't think the library is very excited about having
Birds again?
Birds
Yeah.
and feathers flock together.
Yeah.
I move to adjourn this wonderful first meeting of the year.
Oh wait, first before we do, I just want to, no, it's nothing. I wanna thank, and I know everybody's gonna join me in this, cause we've all said it in emails, but thank the staff. You guys did an
Yes.
incredible job,
Thank you.
Yes,
last,
thank
you know,
you very,
last
very
week of
much.
the year, we all got thrown a curveball right before Christmas. And you guys really, I mean, the complaint, the compliments are still pouring in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice, it's very nice, I think,
Yeah,
and
our
then
staff was
everybody,
outstanding.
Jill, everybody was in there working, and I think the residents really appreciate that the town
They
was
did.
to, you know,
100%.
And I think that
Absolutely
from
did.
what I heard, it was kind of a madhouse
it
and
was
you
very much a man.
guys really stepped up.
At its peak, how many people do you have here? How many residents do you think at any given time?
30 online, maybe, at its peak, it just kept going,
Just kept
we
like
had,
a steady
So
Over 10
Rob,
people working the
Rob
counter.
Fury actually processed over 1,200 checks that were
Wow.
physically
So far.
handed in.
and the mail, we have stacks.
Yeah, but that just is through Friday that were physically brought in, so over the course of 3 days, we had 1,200 people.
Wow.
We had, there were
you.
times we had 10 people at the counter, 10 staff members at the counter, working in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
They were fabulous. We were here till 7 o'clock Wednesday and Thursday.
Wow.
And Friday, we decided to close early, so at 3 o'clock was our technical close time, they didn't close until 4:30.
I think the last one we took was around 5:30, we told Jill we'd probably wrap up at 4:30, but then we just kept it open because people kept coming.
Yeah, so they were fabulous.
You had 9
Thank
people
you.
back there. Everybody knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, it was really,
Everybody's,
yeah,
they were saying how everybody was knowledgeable and friendly and helpful and
yeah.
And helpful, because I know a lot of people came in not knowing what the heck, how much they were supposed to pay and what they had to do, and
Yeah.
everyone was really
That was nice,
appreciative.
yeah, because it was, it's something so new and every transaction took time.
Right.
And you didn't, the thing was, and you wanted to make sure every resident fully understood what we were doing and everything the town did to get us there. So they weren't quick transactions, but I think everybody worked wonderful together, yeah, and appreciated the residents.
I have to tell you that the fact that council laid everything out so
Yes.
clearly in the disclaimer
Right.
really made it easy for everyone to follow. It
Yeah.
was really, you know, we had stacks of them outside so people were able to wait online, and we actually had people very disappointed that, you know, one guy came in with his crossword puzzle and was like, I didn't get a chance to do it, but it's so perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, I
And
emailed
then-
that summary to a lot of people.
Yeah, people, I have to tell you that people walked in, they had done their homework, they knew exactly what it is that we were asking of them, they needed amounts, we made sure that if they had second half school open, we made sure, you know, we were like, let's just check and see what you've got, we, you know, ran off bills for them. It was really, it was one of our finer hours, I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
So, did we do the motion to adjourn already? I think we did. Second,
Second?
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay, it's a wrap.